Block destruction. Coach Ross, again, leads our block destruction that we work. This is one of the first things that we talk about, a shock lock tear. So primary gap block destruction, different ways that we can do it. You like to take the part to the whole. You can piece things together, start small and expand on them as you go in anything that you're doing. But this would be like a one-step snatch right here, where we're just working primary gap block destruction. So 44 on the left here of the screen, right? He's leveraged to the left of the blocker, our coach right here in the drill, right? We've already gone to a pre-fit position where he's going to bench press this guy out, right? And then he's working to shock him, lock him, tear down and away, rip through, and replace his feet with our feet, and then locate the ball carrier back inside. Working the same concept. All right, now this would be a secondary gap block destruction where we're working across. So ball, we're leveraged outside to the right of the blocker here. That's our primary gap. The ball now has declared back inside, and we're working to cross face of the blocker with a tight arm over. Still shocking and locking, but now we're coming back with a tight arm over. Probably 44 here, another good look. That's a pretty good look right there. And now we've crossed back inside. So baby steps, just teaching them pre-fit. Go ahead and get them a stagger stance. Nobody's ever taken the blocker on. A lot of times they'll fit it up and their feet are square. Nobody's doing that, right? You got your stagger stance, hands are inside, getting ready to press that guy out. One-step block destruction. So working on a one-man sled without the pad so we can really be forced to have to get our hands inside. Working to get our eyes above, or our hands above our eyes, locking it out, tearing the thing down and away. And then again, we'll give them something every time that we can finish on something, whether it's a ball drill, whether it's a tackle scenario, even if it's just a target and it's not moving, a stationary type target, where we're coming off the block down the way. That's a pretty good clip right there with Mike, all right? We're trying to be near foot, near shoulder, bam, when we make contact. So if I'm coming from the left, I'm leading with my left foot in the ground, all right, as I strike and take on the blocker, and then getting off and finishing to the ball carrier right there and finishing with a near leg, near shoulder finish on a stationary target right there, all right? Again, this would be primary gap block destruction where I'm keeping leverage in my gap right here, coming off of it, all right? Same thing, here's a pretty good, just a different angle of it. Coming off and working to finish, good. This is outstanding, so I tell my guys, if they're throwing the one-man sled onto its side in this drill, then we're probably doing it right, down and away, right? If we're throwing it and it's spinning around behind us, then we're probably not working the technique and the finish quite like we want to, all right? Pretty good again there. I tell my guys too all the time, there's certain fundamentals that you got to have in everything that you're doing up front, D-line, second level, third level. You don't have to have 50 drills for that one fundamental that you're teaching. I probably, over the years, have scaled back what I teach and how I teach it from a drill standpoint, just because you just need a couple of good drills that get the point across, and then just, reps over and over and over again, doing them right. Now we're putting them together. Again, you can partner guys up. You can have the whole group going, but now we're just getting into the guy. Bam, working body on body instead of on a sled. Nothing revolutionary here about what we're talking about. Nice job there, down and away on the tear. Probably not doing a great job getting into him initially. Not bad there.